Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Digital Marketing Army podcast. My today's guest is Alex Tachalova, a digital marketing expert who knows her way around promoting things on the web. And today we're discussing content marketing, how it's different from just writing blog posts, and what you have to do to make sure that your content marketing is the right content marketing and that it will succeed. So go ahead and check out the video. Hey everyone, Alex Tachalova is here with me today to talk about content marketing. Hello Alex, how's it going? How are you feeling today?
Hi Igor, it's a pleasure to be here talking with you, and thank you very much. It's a very nice day today. What about you?
Also a nice day, a bit too hot to be honest outside, so that's why I decided to stay in the office with AC and talk to you about content marketing. This is the subject I want to have your insight on. I want you to weigh in on the content marketing. I have a few questions in mind and a few of them will come up later. So first thing I want you to tell us about is how content marketing is different from just running a blog. For example, I can write like every week or so, try to find a couple hours and write my thoughts on different subjects, but I want to do it properly. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is not just writing some articles and posting them on a blog. I want to make sure that I'm doing content marketing as it should be. So what do you think, what's the main difference between content marketing and just doing stuff?
Well, it's really hard sometimes to separate content writing from running a blog, just because let's imagine you run a blog and you have a very concrete goals. So you know that you need to establish your audience, you need to attract new visitors, you want, I don't know, monetize it as well. And so basically you do also content marketing by that way. So I believe it's all about setting up the right goals and understanding how you're going to reach them. So it's like, you know, we can talk a lot about how you can define your topics, find the most popular, or it might be the most linkable, but everything starts with goals. So you need to figure out what exactly, how exactly you're going to measure your success, and whether you want to monetize your blog or how you're going to generate money. And basically, well, it's all about this stuff, first of all. And then, yeah, definitely, you need to think over more, like, especially if we talk about highly competitive niches. So let's talk about, like, for instance, so let's imagine if you want to start a blog in digital marketing niche. So just publishing content on a regular basis won't help you. Just because it's highly competitive, and first of all you need links, and also you need to target the right keywords. But if you know your niche inside out, you're going to target the right keywords. But what's really important here, that you need to target the right keywords that bring you an opportunity to rank in Google, so that well, actually don't have a super and extreme competition when we talk about the domains that appear right now by those keywords. So you need to check what kind of search engine results right now you have in Google by those set of keywords or particular keywords that you want to rank. And you also need to analyze what kind of URLs appear as well as domains. And so basically here it's more about strategy rather than about writing content. It's like, you know, each time I tell to my clients as well as to other digital marketers that it's less about writing and more about building the right strategy that will allow you to rank high and get this visibility and for sure attract visitors.
Yeah,
well, it's
that already, just what you just said, it already is like you started with that is not that different running a blog and you wouldn't separate it, but you already mentioned building backlinks, having a goal, which is important. It defines that you have to write several articles on one subject, which is many people who run a blog forget about. They think, I want to write about this, and then this. Then you mentioned keywords already. You mentioned competitor analysis. So basically, in your first statement, you said that it's not that different, and listed a bunch of differences which are new to people who are just starting up. And I think I want you to talk more about each of these content marketing parts: keyword research, link building, setting up goals and reaching them with these two instruments like keyword research, link building, and maybe create some kind of a guide for someone running a blog on how they can reach a certain goal, right? So first thing, keyword research. Many people say it's not that necessary, that if you're writing an article and you know the subject, you will hit the right spots. it all should come naturally, and your content should be optimized as if it was written by a real person and not by a robot who picked up the keywords or something like that. Do you agree with that, or do you believe that it's necessary to do keyword research for your articles?
Well, it's hard actually. I mean, like it's if you want to run by a particular keyword, then definitely. So, for instance, I don't know if you want to run by a keyword like link building, there is no way to skip a keyword link building. But in reality, nowadays, search engines like Google, they rank by the cloud of keywords. They don't rank only by a particular keyword. They look at topics. So basically, if you're going to just, you will have, let's imagine an in-depth how-to about link building. You're not going to appear only by link building because there is like a lot of surrounding keywords. Like for instance, your article might involve also a step of outreach, which is also might be a part of link building here. And you're going to appear by outreach as well.
And so basically what we call a long tail. You will have that with your article, right? So you'll pull in some keywords you have not even used on your page.
I mean, like you might. I saw some like examples when some particular URLs rank in Google by keywords, by the different search terms and search phrases, by which they didn't use those search terms they didn't use in their article. So it depends whether let's imagine there a particular search term that is not really competitive, and your article seems to be relevant to this search term. Because of this, you're going to rank pretty high, or might just be on the first position just because it's not so competitive and it's a new phrase or whatever it is. But what I would say here, that in reality it's more reasonable to focus not on a single keyword, but on a group of keywords, on a cloud, on topics, in which you use different keywords, I would say, and phrases.
Well, the other thing you mentioned while speaking about keyword research, that you have to check which website ranks for keywords and which pages rank for keywords. And to me, this is like the important part of why keyword research is relevant, because people writing naturally, they usually hit the most high volume keywords, right? What comes to mind? If the topic is link building, you will write something like how to do link building, or some best ways for link building, stuff like that. And if you see that websites like Moz or Search Engine Journal rank for these keywords at the top, there is basically no chance for you to outrank them. So you'll have to keep doing keyword research and finding other keywords and switching from how to do link building to what link building opportunities are the best in 2017, which is less search, but you have a chance for it. Do you do something like that when you are researching keywords for a content-rich goal? Do you sometimes have to scale down on the keywords to target less popular ones to make sure you can rank within top 10?
Oh yeah, I see your point here. Basically, it's not necessarily all about keywords, because sometimes you have, well, by some reasons, have a competitive SERPs. So you can outrank the domains that appear right now by having a sufficient number of links. Because for instance, let's imagine that's a search engine journal that ranks on the first, or I don't know, on the second place, on the first and second position in Google, but those URLs, they don't have a sufficient number of links, so they are just crappy, spammy, whatever it is, because the majority of sites that put links on those big websites, they are spammy. So basically, you can outrank it by wisely using anchor phrases by which you want to appear, as well as just doing it naturally. Yes, it's hard and it takes time, but yeah, it's doable. But it depends on what kind of users you want to attract and what kind of goals you want to reach. Just because if you want to monetize on link building, then your target is just the overall cloud of link building, not only all those tail keywords that have the quite low number of searches. So it depends, but yes, definitely it makes sense. But what's also it's important to remember, that's not only about Google. So you can also attract traffic from different sources. So for instance, it might be referral traffic. So if you have, well, it requires budget, I would say, like, using special tool that will show you that a particular website will bring you traffic if you publish there an article or have a high potential.
So I think SEMrush have something like this to show the traffic opportunities or something.
Yeah,
I
they
think
really
Moz does this for keywords. They show like this keyword has traffic opportunity of some scale, and I'm not sure if Ahrefs have something like this, but I think I saw in SEMrush they had a tool for content marketing for which shows like these websites having links here will give you traffic or something to that tone.
Well, not sure about this one particular feature, but I was like mostly talking about like tools like SimilarWeb, and yes, SEMrush also has traffic on
SimilarWeb
LinkedIn.
shows the incoming traffic for a website.
Yeah, and that's
right.
what you need in reality. So you
Yeah,
need
definitely.
to take, like, you need to take a particular website and see what kind
Where
of
it
other
gets-
websites receiving traffic and analyze those pages. So they might receive traffic because they rank high in organic, or those users
Yes,
they want to click. So there's like different
I get it.
patterns.
So yeah, obviously there are some websites which get way more traffic from someone linking to them and drawing. Well, actually, we're already talking on link building as a second topic I wanted to discuss here. And you mentioned using keywords as anchors for links, which to me is a bit scary. I still think maybe I read too much scary articles, but there are people who say that like one step over the line can result in a penalty from Google, can result in your website being filtered or something like that. So the important thing with link building when it comes to anchor text is not overdo it. Do you have any information or from your own experience, what is the percentage of links that is safe to do with optimized anchor text? I see sometimes websites that have like the highest number of links, like best TV remote controls for sale, and they have like 150 links of this type, and like the third anchor is just their website or this. So, and it already looks suspicious. And I think if Google picks up on that, that may result in some troubles for a website owner. So how do you work with anchors on the backlinks?
Well, I would say here, well, everything starts from analyzing the competitive landscape. So you need to know what kind of anchor clouds they're surrounded by your domains. Well, first of all, you need to select the keywords by which you want to appear. Then you analyze what kind of anchor clouds the website that right now appear in Google, what they have.
What's the easiest way to analyze anchor cloud? How do you do this?
Well, actually, there are a bunch of ways of doing that. But if you talk about, I don't know.
Just you, how would you do this?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know free tools, so I
That's
use
not necessary.
Ahrefs you can use, or Majestic, or well, actually SEMrush or Serpstat, whatever you prefer. Any of those tools, any tool, like if you just search in Google something like a tool for backlinks analysis, you will see a lot of different options. Like
so
also
you pick out the keywords you want to target, then you find a few websites which rank at the top for those keywords, and you look at their anchor lists, right?
And yeah, you just look not on domains anchor lists, you look at URLs. So what you need to rank, yeah.
Okay, I think that influences the keyword difficulty, the parameter that many tools have. So I think that the number of incoming backlinks and anchor texts for a page, that is probably one of the main factors of how difficult it is to rank for a keyword. What about link building opportunities? Like, what would be the easiest way for someone starting a new blog to find places to get a backlink from?
Well, I would say it's very hard, actually. A lot of people, they tend to say that it's very easy, like, blah, 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 it's done. And a lot of articles, if you search, like,
Yeah, there are many articles saying, like, reach out to someone and ask for a backlink. Like, yeah, as if that will work.
Well, it's not necessarily about asking. It might be like, genuinely do that. But in reality, if like, like talking about outreach, you need to do tons of emails in order to get a link back, and your article should really worth it. I mean, like, it shouldn't be another stupid 10 tools if we talk about digital marketing, something like that. So it should be like, has, well, in the majority of cases, when I think about my personal content, when I write, I want to link to some analytical data or somehow to show something that's really useful and that's let's say a relevancy or that's well from a trustworthy website. So basically it's really hard to kind of generate links with the help of outreach, but what you can do, that's also, well, what I think it makes sense, you have also around you people who have recently started a blog in your niche, so you can coordinate with those people, which is kind of close to PBNs. You want to say to me
like
something like, oh, hold on, that, but you know what? It's not like PBNs, because you're not going to link each particular page and crossing links. So you're going to exchange it in a natural way. So you're going to help each other actually to grow.
Plus, to be honest, I don't mind PBNs as if they're done properly, and the way you are describing, that would be like probably the hardest way to create a PBN. If I was doing it, I would have to have different website owners, websites hosted on different hosting providers, different domain zones. So basically, it is a natural PBN, as you said. That's a cool way to.
Yeah, we just we have relationships and we help each other. So it's not about exchanging links in that way. We just try to help each other to grow our audience. It's also links from social media channels. If you haven't yet started Twitter, Facebook, you can allocate like YouTube channel. You can at least create them and put their link, which is also will be good. What else you can do? Well, like I know a lot of kind of stories when people were really proactive on communities like Reddit and Quora, and they well, actually I saw some Google Analytics screenshots where people have been able to, like, I don't know, generate 1,000 visitors from Quora just by well, first of all, helping people and sharing their articles, which were definitely relevant to the discussed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you can you can generate traffic from these sources as well.
Plus, it actually turns into a big traffic source. Yeah, as you said, like from when you check on a similar web, some websites might get the most out of.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you what else can help you is also publishing posts on external, so it's guest posting actually on external blogs.
I wanted to, when we were talking about link building and keyword research, the first thing you mentioned is setting up a goal. So first step, after you set up a goal, you decide what keywords you want to rank for, right? For example, if that is your goal. And then you create a content optimized for these keywords, right? How do you optimize your content for keywords these days? Mm-hmm. What are your main rules for optimizing an article for a keyword or a cloud of keywords?
Well, I would say I don't really optimize my content. So I mean, I know that, for instance, I want to attract traffic by a certain topic, but I don't really particularly put this keyword in my title or or in my first paragraph, which is normally what those steps people they normally proceed. So you need, if you want to really rank by a particular keyword, then first of all you need to put it in a title and in the first paragraph as well as in meta description. But what I do, I always write really nice and catchy meta descriptions. So I try to just kind of make it like an advertising. Basically, because people look at the search engine results, they look like advertising banners actually at organic results. So they select those that actually look nice and just provoke them to click.
Do you add some special elements to your descriptions like smiley faces, hearts, check marks? I see more and more of those, and they work on me personally. I pay attention more. Because usually those symbols, the alt symbols, they are in fat black color, especially some check marks, and I know they stand out. Do you use something like this?
No, I don't use, because I'm in a B2B, so checkboxes might work, but still it's it depends on what kind of title. You have to keep it more
professional, probably.
Yeah, I mean it also depends on what kind of title it says. So for instance, if you write in this post, you'll learn how to exactly blah blah blah. So what's the sense of having a checkbox? You need to have a list, but in order to have a list, you need to have enough space to write it down, and it's limited.
Do you try and rank for rich snippets sometime with your content? With schema markup, create a list, try and get the position number 0 in search results?
Yeah, schema is very good, and I recommend to all my clients to use it. Being honest, I don't have my personal blog, it doesn't rank very high because digital marketing is insanely competitive.
Yes,
And
I thought you
it's
would say expensive and you can't afford your own your own
yeah, I
time.
mean, like in some way it's expensive because I
Yes.
need to invest my time in that,
Yes,
and
right.
it's expensive for me as well because I have each time I need to select between just doing consultancy
Yeah.
or running a
Or
particular
working on
campaign
your
for a
blog.
client rather than investing in just in my website.
Yeah. Okay, descriptions, titles, and when you do keyword research, you're basically picking a topic to cover in an article rather than picking keywords to use in texts. And you mentioned about descriptions. Do you leave cliffhangers in your descriptions? Something like cliffhangers, probably more like clickbait. Here's why you need to. The number 1 is, and number 2 is dot dot dot. Do you think something like this will work to make someone click on your link in SERP?
Well, in reality, you need to test because without testing,
Yeah,
you don't
obviously.
know. Well, but changing meta description is kind of dangerous because you are going to go ups and downs, so you're going to have a shaky position.
Do you use descriptions that you find in paid advertising, in paid search? Because we hear people I talk to and like people in the office have an opinion that most of the time, if someone runs an ad for a keyword, we hope that they did some research. Because if they didn't, then it's a poor budget experiments. But if it's an advertising for a competitive keyword like link building, and you see someone advertising for it and they have a description for it, so I believe that they have probably tested a few of those and they've picked the one that makes people click on their ad. So do you use something like this? Do you use someone else's descriptions as a basis for your own by assuming they probably know what they're doing?
Not really for ads, but for organic
No,
results,
yeah,
yes.
for
I
organic.
always
So you can look at the ads and
no,
assume
no,
like
no. I
if
mean,
they are.
I look at organic results
Oh,
that
you look
right
at
now
organic.
rank high. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
because
that's also
here
smart
is
thinking.
because here is the thing that in reality, when when we talk about transactional keywords, then those pages that you might look at ads. But if we talk about informational keywords,
Right.
I mean, in reality, they try to make transactional keywords from informational keywords. So they are trying to kind of it's a rare case when I see in Google AdWords, Google search results, when people run Google
Advertisement for an
AdWords
informational keyword. Yeah.
in order their content. Yeah. So it's a rare case. So basically, even if they select informational keywords, they try to turn it into transactional.
Right.
And then that's it's a poor performance because
And
in
it's, yeah,
reality,
it doesn't
there's
fit
different
the
search
content.
intention.
Okay, from this conversation, the steps I'm going to take on the website or blog we're creating, I will try and write a few articles targeting the cloud of keywords, seeing if I can outrank some pages. Well, I will pick the keywords by judging if I can outrank some pages. I will definitely work on the descriptions the way you said. I will probably look what's in organic search and what I can steal from others, because that's always a good idea. And we'll try and do some link building with your advices, especially the one with natural PBN. If someone sent an email to me saying like, hey, we're both doing this, let's exchange links, I will probably be for it. So that's cool. Thank you very much, Alex, for weighing in on content marketing and giving us the direction to go. Appreciate it. I hope I'll maybe see you in another video. We'll do more on content marketing, on digital marketing. There is not often that you can find an expert who has 30 minutes to invest in this when you can't even invest time in your own blog. So thank you so much. Hope you'll have a great day and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Igor. Take care. Thank you.
Cheers. I want to say thanks to Alex one more time and thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions related to digital marketing, promoting a website, creating a website, optimizing it, just go ahead and visit the digitalmarketing.army website, click on the contacts link and ask your question. I will find someone to provide the answer. Meanwhile, make sure to check out the Alex website, follow her on Facebook, and everywhere else she shares some great information with her followers, so don't miss out. Thank you for watching again and have a great day. Bye.